So it is now time. I am today heading back to Disneyland Paris for my first Disney trip of 2023. I am super excited. My last trip was in May and it is now January, so it's been a little while. I'm very excited to go back. The 30th celebrations are still happening. Dream and Shine Brighter is there, which is the best, but amazingly there's lots of new things. When I was there in May, Avengers Campus was not yet open, so I'm going to go and experience that. There's also lots of new restaurants, so I cannot wait to go back. I'm also travelling a bit differently, so today I'm flying in the afternoon, and because of that I'm going from Heathrow with BA, so I'll see what that's like. And because of the time of my flight, I'm having to do a taxi service to the hotel. I'm actually staying at 2 hotels. Tonight I'm going to be staying at the B&B Hotel at Disneyland Paris, which is on the same strip as Campanile, which I stayed in May, just for one night. And then tomorrow I'm going to be heading off to Newport Bay, which I am so excited about. And because of that, I'm going to be having more of a relaxing adult type trip. So instead of doing park over to park close, I'm doing lots of breaks. There's a sauna and swimming pool. I'm very excited at Newport Bay, so definitely going to be using them. It's very cold at the moment, so it's going to be absolutely perfect, and it's also going to help my foot. So I have plantar fasciitis that's still not fully recovered, and because of the kind of bad weather we've been having in the winter months, I haven't been out walking as much as I would like, so definitely going to have more breaks and a relaxing trip this time. So let's get going. If you are new to my channel, then welcome. My name is Sophie from Most Magical Guides, and I make videos all about how to plan trips to Disneyland Paris and Disney World, and do vlogs of my own trips, which are mostly solo trips. So this is also going to be a solo trip. I'm very excited to just kind of go away and relax. It's going to be so much fun. And if you do like seeing what it's like to do solo trips, adult trips, then be sure to hit that subscribe button down below. Because it is very cold at the moment, I've got on this Mickey Mouse sweatsuit. It's interesting because when we were in lockdown, I was like, I'm going to try and get into loungewear. Let's try sweatsuits. And instead of looking relaxed like everyone else, I looked like I was an inmate. I looked like I was in prison. It did not suit me. I can't pull it off. But luckily, this one, I somehow have managed to look like a normal person. So this is good. It's also pink, which is fantastic. It's not normally a colour that suits me, but for some reason, Mickey Mouse has made it work. So I think I am now all packed. This time I'm doing things a bit differently because I am taking a big suitcase. Usually for Disneyland Paris, I take the bare minimum. I just take a cabin case. I've even gone with just a backpack before, but because I'm traveling in winter, I thought, take a big case, pack lots of layers. Everyone has been saying it is absolutely freezing cold. I have been in January before. Because my birthday's in January, I like to go. Low season, you also get really good prices, which is why I'm staying at Newport Bay. And I thought, do you know what, just get the big case. Admittedly, if you have a big case, you start filling the big case. So I've definitely overpacked, which for Disneyland Paris is unusual for me. And I can guarantee I've bought tons of layers. I've made it possible I can wear up to 6 layers a day. Never going to do that. So definitely a lot of these clothes I'm not going to be wearing. But at least I've got them. Hi, Jeffa. Mummy's going soon. I'll be gone for 5 days. I'm going to go see your pal, Mickey Mouse. Mice might be more enemies of cats, but everyone likes Mickey Mouse, don't they? What do you think? What do you think of Grandad staying? We've given Grandad Barry his own mug, so people will be very pleased to know that after Muggate, Barry has his own mug, and he can make as many tea stains in it as he likes, can't he, Jeffa? Yes. Coco! Mummy's going to go and see Minnie Mouse! Are you excited? Grandad's going to come stay. You going to have fun? Yeah, it won't be long. See you in 5 days. When I was filming my Disney World series, I had a brand new microphone. I didn't really like that it was very bad when I was behind the camera but speaking to it. It was terrible at picking up audio. So I have gone back to my other mic. It also has a big, what they call dead cat, but like the floppy thing. So if it's windy in Disneyland Paris, that should hopefully be helpful. But if anyone has suggestions, both of these are Rode mics. Rode, however you pronounce it. But I'm not particularly in love with either of them. So if anyone has suggestions of good mics, do let me know. Walked outside, lovely, comfy in my nice warm sweatsuit. Completely forgot to put my coat. So I had to run back and get that because it's apparently freezing in France, and that would have been a massive, massive error. and off we go. Disneyland Paris, here I come.
2 hours later.
So I am now at Purple Parking. It was a little bit difficult to find. My sat-nav didn't recognise the address, so luckily I could use my phone. I pulled over and that gave me different directions. So I'm here now, just going to check in and then go over to the terminal. It's probably took an extra half an hour, but luckily I gave myself plenty of time, so here we are. So I have now arrived at the airport. Purple Parking was good, but it took about 30 minutes on the bus. So I probably will get here a bit earlier next time just to build that into my time. Downside, I've arrived and because I've got a bag to drop off, the bag drop, they're not opening for another hour, but it means you've only then got just over an hour once you're airside. Before getting on the plane. So after I got back from Walt Disney World, I had to get a new passport, so I now have that. But because of that, when I've checked in today online, I couldn't get a boarding pass. I'm assuming that's what it is. So I did get that at the airport. That was super simple and easy. But still waiting to drop the bag off. Guys, there's a little robot cleaner. So it does look like I'm going to have to wait for an hour, which is very, very frustrating because I don't know if I'm going to have time to actually eat on the other side or if I'm just going to have to get sandwiches. But where today I haven't really had breakfast, I'm not going to have dinner, I wanted a proper meal. So I'm really unimpressed at the moment with BA. I don't think I would fly with them again just because of this silly rule, because it means if you get to the airport early so you can have meals, buy things from the shops, etc., you can't actually do that because they won't let you through. So yeah, Easyjet for the win. I don't think I would do this again, so thumbs down for me. Okay, so I'm finally out of bag drop purgatory. It was really weird because it was like an automatic system, like you do it all yourself. So the bag just went off on its own, so hopefully that's all okay. I've spied the Harry Potter shop, but I do not have time. I've got to get food, so I'm going to go to Wagamama's first, and then if I've got time I might have a peek in there.
A few moments later.
So I did manage to have a meal in Wagamama. I have to say this is the most stressful airport experience I've ever had. Security itself was very quick. Probably waited just about 5 minutes to go to Wagamama and the service was quite quick, but I think I've got about 20 minutes until my flight boards, and I want to get some drinks for the plane and for the room. I'm not going to have any time to look in any shops, and it's just, this is not the one, this is not the one. Yeah. So looking forward to just getting to the hotel now and relaxing because it's been quite stressful. So on my way to my gate, I have to go past the Harry Potter shop, so I'm going to quickly go in. One thing I would say is everything in here is VAT free, so it's a really good place to get Harry Potter merch. And if you are going to Orlando with like wands or accessories and you happen to come here, maybe you're going to Disneyland Paris before, then definitely go in here because it's much cheaper. So I had a little quick look in the Harry Potter shop and my gate has been called, so heading straight there. There is very little time to do anything, so I'm going to hop it over there now and get on the plane. have now landed in Paris. It was a really, really quick flight, just 40 minutes. I'm going to go and collect my baggage now. The annoying thing is I would have had time to get the train. And I've booked this taxi that I've been stressed out about. And I could have just got the train. But I have bought something very interesting. I've bought this thing. It's called an Emuterm, and it gives you like an electric shock, and it's supposed to help with motion sickness. So I put it on now in preparation, and let's see how that goes. So I've arrived at the hotel, and you have like a number keypad to get into your room, and it was not letting me in, so we're gonna have to go back to reception and see if we can get a different code. So it turns out I was on the wrong floor. So the code was correct, but I've now arrived at the B&B hotel at Val de France. So I thought I'd give you a little room tour. It is night, so it's probably not going to be the best, but bear with me. I am very surprised because I actually have a room that could have 5 people in it. So let's have a little look. So this is your view when you first walk in. You have a bathroom right here, which I haven't been in yet, so let's have a little look. Oh, it's actually very nice. You have this big sink, a shower with a glass door, which I love because I hate when the other ones touch you. It freaks me out. Lots of towels, and obviously a toilet. And then when you come out, right next to the door is a bed, which is fantastic. That's my case. But it has a little light next to it, which is super, super handy. Then you have a desk, hairdryer, you can control the temperature, a little mirror, which will be good for doing makeup, and some outlets. You then have this bunk bed, which is fantastic. It's very exciting. Also love, there is a full length mirror. You get a little stool, TV, some hooks to hang things on, and then over here you have the double bed. What is also really cool is behind them, or next to them I suppose, is this great place for hanging everything up. I love that it's got these little cubby holes underneath and storage above, so you could get rid of your cases, things like that. So I think this is a really great room. So this room cost me £50 for one night, which is a really, really great price. The fact that you can fit 5 people in this room is outstanding. You have a free shuttle to the parks, free breakfast, free Wi-Fi, so there's lots of things included, which is very, very good. The thing I was most stressed about, I've been stressed for about a month about this, was the taxi ride, because where I get motion sick, I never ever go in cars unless I'm driving. And I was so stressed out about it, but actually it was amazing. We actually had like a people mover, like a minivan. Really spacious, lots of windows so you could always see where you were going, and the driver was really good. Like, I always worry, am I going to get a nutty driver, but he was perfect, the exact person you would want, so that was very good. And I have to say, my Emuterm, my little wristwatch, amazing, because one of the worst things, when I got in I was quite hungry, and you should never go in a car if you're hungry and you get motion sick, because it's a disaster. And it was weird, bear with me on this description. When you feel really hungry, you get like a feeling in your stomach, and then you can feel sick because you're really, really hungry. And I had the feeling in my stomach, no nausea. So this band's been super, super helpful. So loving that. And now I don't know whether just to get unpacked, settled, and have snacks for dinner, or to trek to Disney Village. I can't really be bothered to go to Disney Village, honestly, because the bus takes about 20-25 minutes because they collect from other hotels. It's already about 7:30, so by the time I'll be getting back, it'll be the kick-out time of the parks. So I might just have snacks and relax here. I'm feeling super tired, which is ridiculous because I've literally done nothing. I've driven to an airport, had the world's fastest bag of mamas, sat on a plane, got in a taxi. I'm so tired. So maybe I'll just relax here. I did bring some little snackies with me because I thought I wouldn't probably go out once I arrived, so let's just settle in. Also have to say the flight itself was very, very good. The boarding was quite quick. Like once people started getting on the plane, it was very quick, which was amazing. And what I didn't know, but which was nice, is they gave you a little snack and a little bottle of water, which I didn't realise. That was all free and included. The snack did have milk in it, so obviously I couldn't have that, but it was really good because I was not expecting anything like that. I would say that there's less legroom on BA flights than on Easyjet flights, but for me it's not a problem because I'm only 5'3", so it wasn't an issue. And it was a very quick flight. It was like 40 minutes. In fact, I was watching an episode of The Queen's Gambit and I pressed play as we got to the runway and took off, and just as we landed it ended, and it was so satisfying. So if you're ever wondering how long does it take to fly to Paris from London, it takes exactly the length of episode 5 of The Queen's Gambit. On the door they have a little sign that tells you what is included and what's available here. So breakfast is included, luggage room, parking is free, you can bring a pet for €4, which is fantastic. And they do have a restaurant in the evenings, snacks in the afternoons, and a bar. So lots of things. I did actually look at the restaurant menu just to see if there's anything I could eat. They did have things labelled vegan, but they all had cheese and things in. So I think it's one of those things of, in France, depending on where you are, they don't necessarily know what vegan is. So it might be more vegetarian, there might be fish in it, stuff like that. So I'm going to avoid it because I don't want to risk them giving me something that they think is vegan that isn't. So when in France, do French. And for dinner, pain au chocolat. So I'm very excited. I've brought some with me, some vegan ones. They are literally amazing. And I've bought some of these for breakfast as well as my usual kind of like OT flapjack breakfast bar type things. And then, although they have a free breakfast here, but I don't think they'll have many vegan options. So I'm just going to bring my own, which is what I do every trip. But for today, I'm having breakfast for dinner. And having the pain au chocolat. So that is the end of my travel day. It's probably not the most exciting vlog, but for me it was interesting because there were lots of firsts. First time flying BA from Terminal 5 to Paris. I didn't like that experience. I think that might have come across. It was just so stressful because having to wait to drop your bags off meant that between dropping your bags off and going through security to getting on the plane, you had about an hour. So I had to eat, buy drinks, stuff like that. There was no way you could look in any of the shops, which is such a shame because really airports should be encouraging people to turn up early because the earlier you are there, the more time you can spend money. So I don't know if the restaurants and the shops are like, why is this bag drop thing at 2 hours before the flight takes off? Because that's not good for them either. And it was just very stressful thinking, I've got to wolf this down and then dash here, dash there. And yeah, it just wasn't super fun. The flight itself though was very comfortable. I was impressed that you got a snack and a drink, even though I didn't eat the snack, but I was not expecting that, so that is very good. The good thing about BA over EasyJet is the fact that you get a handbag or backpack plus a cabin case included as standard, and then you can pay extra to add a hold bag, whereas with EasyJet if you want a little cabin case you have to pay extra. I would say overall I still prefer flying with EasyJet. I like that you can get to the airport whenever you want. It's relaxing, there's more leg room, although I have to say the seats are very comfortable. Even as a plus size person, I wasn't touching the sides of the seats, and the seatbelt fitted really easily, so actually the seats were really good. But as I say, if you're very tall, the legroom wasn't great. I think you definitely get more legroom on EasyJet. But I have to say, oh my gosh guys, Charles de Gaulle airport is incredible. Every time I come I'm blown away. So as soon as we landed, they attached the bridge. So between landing and people getting off the plane was a few minutes. Get to passport control, literally less than 5 minutes to get through. Baggage carousel, maybe 10-minute wait, but between getting off the plane and getting in my taxi was about 45 minutes, which is unheard of. It's so quick. And the taxi was also new for me. I've never used that before. It was really handy. The man greeted me and met me right at as soon as you exit where you collect your bags, and took me straight in the car. It was great that it was a minivan, so it was really spacious, really comfortable. It's about a 35-40 minute drive and then straight here. So that was really, really good. And if you are a larger group, then using an airport transfer like that is a really good way to save money, because it's much cheaper than getting the Magical Shuttle or the train when there's lots of you. So for a solo traveller, it is very expensive. It cost me €70 for one way. And annoyingly, I could have got the train. But I was like, I don't want to be stressed all day. But I've turned out I was stressed all day anyway. So yeah, it was a very enjoyable journey. The hotel I'm really, really impressed with. Even though this is like a budget value hotel, the room has everything you need. I can't believe it has 5 beds. It's very quiet. Outside, it's like a woodland behind me. And even though there's people in the rooms, you can't really hear them. So it's very, very good. So very comfy. But I am so tired, I don't know why. I am unbelievably tired. I'm going to get up super early tomorrow to move. I'm moving hotels. I'm going to Newport Bay for the very first time. But because I can go straight to the parks, because it's my check-in day, and your check-in day is included as part of your ticket and hotel booking package. So I'm going to get up and I say I'm going to get up and go to extra magic hours. We'll see how that goes, but that is the plan. Get up really early. I'm gonna get an Uber to the hotel, check in, get my key to the park, or it's not a key, is it? Get my pass to the park. What do you call it? You can tell I'm tired because I cannot speak. my ticket for the park, that's what I'm getting. And then head straight off there. So very exciting. But thank you so much for watching this video. I now have 4 days at Disneyland Paris coming up. So if you do love seeing solo trips or anything to do with going to Disneyland Paris, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. And until next time, I hope you have a most magical day. Bye bye.